Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the AI We Care team weekly Friday meeting for Nowsite users. This is our Nowsite user group where we learn everything that's current and changing in Nowsite, which seems like a blur these days on different things, especially with the integration of Chat GPT-3. And we had a lot. We were on a call earlier today and got some announcements on about some even more exciting stuff coming down the road. That's just mind blowing. A year from now, I think, Mary, this platform will be totally different again,
Mm-hmm.
and it will be just crazier. It'll have more bells and whistles, and you'll know what to do with it. It's like the new car I just bought for my wife. I mean, it's got so much technology in it. It's got the technology package. I got to pull the thing out of the glove compartment and say, "What does this little light mean? What's
Oh,
this?
a
How does
user
that work?"
manual? Oh,
Yeah,
we don't get
user's
one of
manual.
those.
Yeah, user's manual, right? And do that. But that's what we're here for. So you got to kind of think of us like kind of a user's manual. That's what we do here on Friday. We're kind of like a user's manual and try to guide you in all the ways of using your Now Site platform to help build and grow your business and different things, and how to integrate third-party software programs, how to add things, and then now the most exciting thing is how to utilize the Chat GPT-3 integration, which I know Mary's, because they're going to do a little spoiler alert. The first part is now in the platform. As of
Second part's
yesterday.
in the platform.
Oh, I didn't even see that. So we got more on that to talk about this morning. So thanks for joining us again. It is February 10th. And as always, if you missed this meeting, you can find it posted this weekend, either on our YouTube channel, which is AI We Care Team YouTube channel, and subscribe, like us, so you can see what. So when I put it up there, you'll actually get a notice that there's new content up there, so you'll be in the know. And then also, like us on our Google ratings. Do that, and it'll also be posted on our resource page, which of course is aiwecareteam.now.site, and we'll put those in the chat for you as we go along, so you guys can have those at the end of the meeting over the next 45 minutes. So with that, I'm going to turn over to my co-host and the person who really knows what's going around here, Mary Bird. Mary, give us the 411, kiddo.
All right. Can I share?
Yeah, let me let you drive. There you go. You got
All right. Good morning, folks. I want to take us back over here to the team page. Update this. This will go away. You'll see that disappear in just a second. We are every Friday at 11:30, and I want to share with you the February page. I do have a little disclaimer to say. As I was moving pages around last night, I lost the pre-stuff that I'd done for February 23. So there's a new page in here. It does not have last week's content in it. It just has this week's content in it. Okay, so I've sent that support ticket off. They don't understand what happened, but they're on the lookout for it. So that's what my little problem here is, but this is as of last night. As y'all all received an email from us for the team, I do this email by just typing in a few words to type out for what's new in Nowsite and what's new in ChatGPT. The caveat is this isn't live on the internet, okay? So you're not going to look for what's the most current thing 2 minutes ago. You're not going to ask them Monday who won the Super Bowl. It's not going to know, okay? But what it does come in and tell, because Nowsite has built up the chat engine in this, is the Nowsite system. We've implemented a new project management system to ensure our clients can stay on top of their projects in one place. So this is what the AI wrote for me last night, and I copied it and pasted it. And then we'll have updates on this. Join us on our Zoom room. The only thing I left off on here, what Steve put on was, please invite friends. We'd love to see you. Now, some of you received an email yesterday from Nowsite that says, congratulations, you're among the first to access the AI-powered websites. This does actually mean that you can go in and build a website using AI. I'm going to hop over here to the builder. I'm going to hop on a new page. I'm going to do a blank template. I'm going to call it today's date, just like I always do on a demo, because nobody else is probably going to take that. And I don't have to worry about it not being taken. And we'll just do Nowsite, we'll do marketing, and we'll hop on to next. As this builds the page, remember it's going to be a blank page, so it's going to be drag and drop completely. I didn't use one of the templates. And it's going to take a minute. It'd definitely be thinking for a minute. All right, so you're going to come back into the website on the pages, click the pencil, and if you want to drag and drop the headline, now you can open the AI. We like live. Well, it's supposed to pop open a box, and obviously it's not going to work this morning. And it's going to have the AI system built right in here. You're going to be able to talk about a headline because you're in the AI headline section. That's all it's going to produce for you. If you want it to be in the subheading box, put it there in the subheading. And also, if you want to do, I haven't pulled the digital business card over to see if it has AI in it. It does not. So just the drag and drop headline has it in it right now. Let me drop the large feature block. The feature block has the headline, the subject heading, and the text block. It too has the AI in it. So you are able to do the AI in the edit your text block as well. It's not popping up on my screen, but know that anywhere you have this pink AI button, you're going to be able to talk to the Chat GPT.
You probably don't want to follow on this.
No. Cancel. I'm going to save and exit on here. You also still have this capability of clicking on the AI. Here's exactly what I wrote last night. Even though I've shut down the computer, don't count on it being on the page when you log back in, okay? So this is write an email for what's new in Nowsite and Chat GPT. That's what I used to generate this, okay? That's the email we sent out last night, okay? I'm going to go back over here to the team events. So if you have that email, everybody should start getting that email as it rolls out. So watch your email today that you have that. This is the email that goes with it. So again, I'm just copying and pasting it on here so you have a timeline in each of the months that we're working with. That is Nowsite's email that went with that. For those of you who would like to share this platform, this weekend is it on the instant cash bonuses. So if you offer somebody and they sign up for the unlimited, you get $100 cash bonus. If you offer somebody the marketing, you get a $50 cash bonus. They must use the word site in the coupon code when they check out. This has been extended to February 13th. It was supposed to be over today, but they have extended it to Monday, and that would be 11:59 EST Monday night. Now, what do they get with that? For the Nowsite marketing system, you're selling it for $49 on a monthly or $480 for the year. They are going to get access to the AI-powered websites, and they get one free custom domain, which means they can have a .biz, .com, .net, .whatever. It's going to be redirected to a Nowsite page. Nowsite's hosting that. Normally value of that is whatever the price of the domain is, plus $30 for hosting. You're not going to find that any better or any cheaper anywhere. So this is an added on bonus to anybody who purchases Nowsite this weekend. this website domain is going to go away. You're still going to have access to buy one, but it's not going to be free for a year. And it does come with the SSL certificate, so you can have that security. Now, everything in the shopping cart, get it all. Get the unlimited version, $99. You're going to get the same thing, access to the AI-powered websites and one free custom domain. Remember, they're going to pay $99. Nowsite's going to pay you $100 plus your commission. So that's a 30% split on levels 1 and up to 30% on your level 2. So if you're interested in sharing this possibility, we can do demos, give Steve or myself a call, and we can do that for you. Or you can just simply take them to your website, and that's available in the team section. So, or just show them your platform. Either way, that works. Another thing I want to bring back up to you at the top of the page is Nowsite is doing a page a month for themselves. So if you would like to have a video, you can come in here to Feb 2023 and copy the videos. Right down here, it gives you the Vimeo link. So all you have to do is copy this and post it to your page. You can find the AI demo, the AI 2 website demo. So you can just show them a video if that's what you want to do. Again, the bonuses have been extended. Here are a couple of flyers you can post on social media if you want to, or you could copy them and email them to somebody. They do have a new video for the compensation, and I will have that on the team page, but you can also download the full compensation plan here. And this is a new video on YouTube, even though it's dated a year ago. One of the things about Vimeo is you don't have to get a new link. You can update the content in Vimeo versus YouTube. You get a new link every time you do an update. Okay. There are testimonials down here. There's also, why do you want business questions that you may get asked? You can download these flyers and these simple answer questions and get interactive and how to start a conversation with somebody. Just turn one of these statements around and you have the perfect posed question to any business owner. Okay. And you can download those from this page, and it's feb2023.now.site. It is also found on the February resource page on the team page. Also, you want to mark your calendars for probably 11 o'clock Central on Tuesday. Nowsite is going to do a rollout of what they see as next, and our new feature is coming out next week. We've had some hints on it. We don't know exactly which 2 are coming out, but there'll be 2 features coming out next week. I believe it's going to be something to do with your mobile app. So you will want to go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Tune Store and download Nowsite. If you've already done that, go and make sure you have the latest version, make sure there's not an update out there, but I definitely do that. Also, you would get notifications when somebody lands on your landing page. You can do all of that in the back office to get notified when those are available. So when you have somebody as a hot prospect, you want to get a text message, make sure you have the mobile app plugged in and you've checked that off in the back settings. If you're not sure where that is, throw me a question and I'll go show you where that setting is. If everybody's good with that, I'll keep going. Not? Okay. Steve, shall I dare?
Yes, go for it.
Okay. If you are not sharing Nowsite right now, you are going to kick yourself in the butt before the end of the year. Okay. This is going to be the acceleration lane. Okay. If you're not in tune, keeping up with us, keeping your nose to the ground and hearing what's going on in Nowsite, you are going to absolutely be blown away by Christmas. Okay. Nowsite is doing something because they have the capability of doing it that blew all of us on the phone away. There's several of us that want to fly to England and say, thank you, Justin. Want a hint? Do I have you on the edge of your seats? What if I were to tell you, and this is true, this is what we just got off the call, but nobody else has heard this. When a prospect comes to your landing page, the landing page will speak in their language. The language of how they are going to receive your information.
It's going to be based on their personality type.
On their personality, when they visit your website, it is going to be engaging to them and be worded just for them.
I have to unmute just to say, wow.
Yeah.
One more.
So-
I'm just going to give you one more because there's a couple of more good things coming. How about a customized email to everyone that shows up to your website?
Automatically generated.
Jeez, that's
Oh my-
pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So is this, it's not only speaking to that person directly, but is it translating languages too? Like from
Because
English to Italian or
Company? Yes.
fabulous?
French,
Mary, when you say it will speak to you, when you say it will speak to you, does it actually speak or does it type?
No, your whole website will change to their personality, their colors, their lingo, their language, their
Wow.
how
Yeah,
they speak,
It's,
how
it-
they
it-
interact.
so give you a preview of that right now. This is why we're able to have instant personality analysis now. So when you download that person, that prospect, it's automatically going to kick off and do a personality analysis on them, frame them, so then it'll respond to them instantaneously based on who, what they are, and what their likes and interests are.
Wow.
Amazing. Amazing.
That's unbelievable, really.
Okay,
Like-
so
Talk about really targeted marketing.
Yep.
Like you can't get any more targeted than that.
and it's $100 for the entire package.
That's so for
$99 and you get $100 back this weekend. So
Yeah.
I know Quan Mayo is doing a call right now. Unfortunately, they didn't ask us what would be interfering. I've seen 2 call times for Quan. One was at 9 o'clock tonight. One was happening right now. So we're going to record, and Steve doesn't know this yet, but we're going to record something this afternoon so that you can share it this weekend and generate some income for you if you want to. And let me take that poll right now, even though I'm not going to run an official poll. A show of hands or a show of ones in the comment. How many people would like to share this platform seriously to get it out before we spend the time to do this? All right, so we got a good yes?
Mhm.
Steve?
Yep.
Okay.
Mary,
right.
Mary, is that in $100 additional?
That's $100 bonus back to you for signing somebody up as your direct, you're being their sponsor.
Oh, I thought you meant just to get that feature.
No.
It's $99 for the entire system.
Yeah. There are no upcharges for anything they're doing right now.
I misunderstood. Okay, thanks.
All right, so mark your calendars for Tuesday. It is Valentine's Day, so Justin's going to give a little love to our business by introducing 2 features. It is demoable, so that is a new word. My Scrabble people. So anyway, that mark your calendars for Tuesday. Make sure your mobile device is updated with the latest version of Nowsite. And the only other things that I have let me go through this. This is our run sheet for Nowsite in the next couple of weeks. Through the end of March 31st, look for them to develop more in the marketing suite of products, so that's your social media, your ads, and your blogs, which means AI is going to those 3 platforms within marketing. So under the megaphone, we're going to totally do that whole suite. So your ad pins, if you do buy the ad pins, are going to be available. To write your blogs is going to be available. And your 3-click marketing, which we've kind of lost a little ground on, but that is coming back. Yes, Steve.
Mary, yeah, I just want to interject. I'm going to ask Richard to comment because I was in his site the other day, and Richard actually used the AI to generate a couple of blogs for him.
Yeah, works great. I've actually been posting them on LinkedIn. Of course, I've been tweaking them and adding to them. They tend to write fairly comprehensive but general stuff, so it's easy just to intersperse that with some more specifics and nuggets that we all have from our background. And the website was working too. I know Mary had a problem with it, but I just repositioned my headline and wrote some content with it kind of while we were talking, just to see how it works. But it's great.
It is great. I built a website using it yesterday. So yes, absolutely. I can't read my shorthand right now. Next quarter, okay, your prospects, your contacts, and your sales flow is going to be addressed. Okay.
That means that they'll get AI.
They'll get AI.
Sweet.
It's a bite size going about it right now. I did that one already. Okay.
So got upgraded with a virtual assistant again, literally.
Now, one thing I do want to address, because it did come out on the call this morning, that Microsoft Bing integrated into the search engines doesn't connect to the internet. And Google named theirs Bard for their AI. And in one day, they lost $100 billion in stock shares. Okay. So because they named it Bard, whatever Bard stands for, don't know.
Bard is the nickname for William Shakespeare.
Okay. Thank you. See, I get educated here too. It's not just my 401.
So I guess
Bard.
the pen was mightier than
And the sword.
stock.
The stock, yeah.
So this is the time everybody's talking about ChatGPT 1, 2, and 3. 4 is on its way, or 5's on its way out. So all those people who are trying to get the free account, they're being blocked, they're being turned down, they're not available at this time. This is all built into the system. They don't have to go copy and paste it from something else. Okay, that is the 411 that I have for this week.
Okay, great. Good,
And,
good stuff. Good stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it just, I mean, I've been using it now for a couple of weeks, but what I'm really excited about is, and they talked about this last week, that when ChatGPT 4 comes online, that will be integrated into Nowsite as it comes available. And doing that, so we'll be able to get that in there, because one of the things I'm excited about that I read the other day about ChatGPT 4 is that it's going to have the ability to edit video.
Oh my goodness.
Think about that.
Holy smokes.
You give it raw video footage, okay? And then you describe what you want the video to do, including graphics, and it will set them in, including type of music you want, intro, outro, everything. If you want
Green
to,
screen background.
everything.
This is
Wow,
one
Ted.
out, Steve.
Yeah.
Sweet. That is because I need to do a video. So that is
Mhm.
like fine.
So
That's-
Steve, is that another new word? Is outro another new word?
Yep.
Well, we're getting our vocabulary enhanced today.
Yeah. I got a feeling that when the Oxford dictionary comes out next year, the word of the year is going to be Chat GPT.
Yes. Number,
Yep.
pound sign.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm doing that. But no, I mean, so again, we would ask you if to go around and play around with these new tools. Go ahead and experiment with them. I mean, every once in a while you can screw up, like Mary losing a whole page, but who does that, right? But most of the time, everything's recoverable. That you can do. You can't really hurt anything on the site in doing that, but play around with things. And still, even though you're using AI to generate stuff, you can always go in and edit it. But one of the things, the really super thing about it is it'll give you about 90% of what you need. And then you customize the other 10% to personalize it or custom and funnel down the message that you want to send and do those things. We fooled around with it with one of my clients earlier this morning. She had a geofencing campaign, driving it to their website. She had, in 3 days, she had about 1,400 views, and she had 29 people go to her website, but nobody registered for the seminar. So I looked at the seminar and I looked at it and go, what's wrong with it? Why? It's all built right. It's above the fold. It's everything you should be. And I realized what was missing on the website myself. And I said, so I wrote to the GTP. I said, on this I said, this is what the message is on the website. Give me a response that will generate more response to the website. And it came back and it told me what I knew. Is it something we assume and we overlook? Nowhere on it did it say that the seminar was complimentary. And nowhere did it say we're doing this because for you. We integrated those two things. I just got a text a few minutes ago. And since we made those changes on the geofencing ad, she's had 11 people register. So by just making those two changes in the wording, made all the difference in the world, because people didn't know if they registered whether they were going to have to pay for it or not. So sometimes it can be just the obvious that we overlook, but there's another way again of using Chat GPT to help problem solve as well.
So webinar is free. We're doing this for you.
Yep. All we do is change the message and bingo, it just took off.
Ted, I'm gonna have to give you your $1 back.
And do that. So I mean, again, Mary and I, we preach this every week. When you get into the Nowsite world, you got 3 choices. You can learn yourself. You can have someone on your staff or yourself trained to do this correctly, or you can come to us for help and learn. We want to learn, or you can hire us to help you get to where you need to be, right? And so now, just a FYI, if you've looked at Mary and I's calendars lately, we really appreciate everybody who's taken advantage of what we just said, right? But still, if you don't see an opening on our calendars, just text us. We might be able to squeeze you in because not every appointment goes the full length of the appointment. Some of them go over, some of them go under. Some of you have been on there. I'm sorry, I'm 5 minutes late, but the other guy was holding me back to doing stuff. But several of you have texted us, and we appreciate that. And we've been able to set something up right away. Johnny?
Just a comment, like you were saying, I was using the Chat GPT this morning, asking the AI to write me something, and it said something about your such and such a username. I thought, that's not me. I said, whose username is that? Is my account hacked or what's going on? And I gave the AI my username, and it said, sorry about that, and then it addressed me just the way it should have. It's
Okay.
just something to think about. But it said that your
Mhm,
system is safe and secure, no worries.
mhm,
It's interesting.
mhm.
Shot that and send it to me the next time that happens.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Yes,
How,
Kathy.
I know we're super early in all of this, but like, okay, so all of the things I used to teach as a business coach, and then, we took that class through
Right.
Nowsite and Cheryl. Does ChatGPT have that information since Nowsite has given it a lot of its own stuff? Do you think?
Yeah, well, the way ChatGPT works, the AI works, is it grows exponentially every time
Right.
someone uses it.
Yes.
So the more information that goes in, it has more information to pull from.
Gotcha.
So the more they put into the system about Nowsite and what you can do with it, or things you ask it to do, or things
Mhm.
it produces for you, it remembers all that.
I know, that's why I'm asking you, right? I'm wondering if like that, like if we were to create a website now that we have AI, all of the things that we learned and all the things I used to tell my
Mhm,
clients, like I wonder, I'm gonna probably play with that this weekend and say, is it above the fold? Does it have certain
mhm.
blah blah blah, all of those things. I'm just wondering if that stuff isn't yet. I mean, I know it will be eventually, but just curious because that would be super cool. Create a website using all of those things.
So I set up some targeting for one of our clients earlier this week. And
Hmm.
so I told the AI what the client does and listed their services.
Hmm.
Okay. Then I told it to give me the 10 best professions that would utilize his services.
Mm.
And guess what it did?
Gave you
It
the
did
10.
me 10.
Cool.
So now I can transfer that over to the targeting data in the
Yeah.
prospecting tool. I
Hmm.
can use that in the, where it says, what your job titles are
Yeah.
and professions, put in there. And now I can start searching for those people because we know that that's the right client.
Right. So you can pop that right into LinkedIn and specifically aim those
Yep,
people.
exactly.
Like, really, it boggles your mind how much potential this has, at least for me, it does, how much potential this has, and literally how we can create our own marketing company for ourselves that targets specifically who we want. Like
Mhm.
that's interesting to me.
And Catherine, and what you just said is the reason why you should donate some of your precious time to learn
Mhm.
how to use this system.
Yeah, I for sure. And I think actually I'm going to do that this weekend. I've had something every weekend and my weeks have been like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I have nothing going on this weekend. I already told my kids like I'm working. So I may do that because truly, and I may send that out because literally every business needs this. Every nonprofit needs this. Every church needs this. Literally everybody needs
So I was talking to Nolan the other night. I think he probably told you that.
this.
And yeah, and he was questioning me why Nowsite, right?
Yes. Hmm.
And and with the chat GPT integrated, any of those people can use this platform
Hmm.
to do everything they need to do.
Yes.
But the one common denominator, and Mary and I love this, and it's human nature, and because of human nature, it affords us a way to make an income,
Hmm.
is that 80% of the people out there with this kind of software are lazy. and I don't mean that in a bad way. They
No,
just have the motivation to learn how to use it.
yes.
They would rather pay somebody else to do
Mhm.
it for them.
Yes.
Then you've got that other, 5% early adapters who are like me, who can't wait to dive in, and get up to my waist in it and hope I don't drown, figure it out before I screw something up out of it, right? And then
Right.
there's that other percentage, that other 15% who will learn it because they want to know, but more than likely will be smart enough to have somebody in their company learn it,
Yes.
and they can direct them. They'll learn it enough to know what it does, so they can
Mhm.
get direction.
Yeah. That's probably me. If I could
And
just find
Jacob?
someone to do it for, like, I want to learn it and I want to use it and I want to understand it, but I want to teach somebody else to use it so that they can do that for me, because there's just not enough of me to go around.
And that's why when we recruit somebody to be under us in Nowsite, we want to retain them. So before you sign up, I always have that discussion. You
Yes.
got three choices, right?
Yep.
You can learn this, and you've got resources to do that we'll provide, and we'll even give you some free time to help you get on the road to learning this. Or, we have services where if you want us to teach somebody like yourself or somebody else on staff, we'll be
Mhm.
more than happy to do that and certify them, do that.
Mhm.
Or, you can hire us
Mhm.
either as a retainer or on a piecework piece
Right.
type deal. And we do that, for some of you on this call. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we appreciate that. Trust us. But we were upfront about that because we want you to, I mean, there's so many people in the Nowsite world who get sponsored,
Mhm.
get on the platform, and don't do anything.
Right.
And that came up on the meeting this morning too. Some sponsors don't reach out unless you don't pay your bill.
Right.
That's not Steve's and my approach. We're jointly combined to help you succeed in this. We know when it first came out, as Steve's been known to say, it was a box from IKEA and there was no instructions.
Right.
So we've taken that step, and that's why the training videos, that's why we go the extra mile and make sure that you have bite-sized pieces that you can go and apply in the system and use, not just this is a pen, go learn how to write.
Right.
Take the cap off, write in script, write in print, whatever you want to do. But we're giving you those outside the boxes tips that Nowsite is so focused on the tool that they're not giving you reasons why to use the tool.
Yeah. Well, I personally would love to have well, I want to learn more of it myself, and I want to use the new tools. I've played around with it a little bit, but my goal is to eventually have someone in the agency to use that for leads and pass them out to my agent. And that's the way to grow the.
So here's still a disconnect, Catherine. This is really interesting. Even after all these years I've been on there, even with the form that you fill out
Yes.
and everything else, and I've had this happen with 4 clients that I've recently signed up, where we let the nerds build everything for them, like a
Mhm.
basic landing page, email campaign, social media, targeting, all that stuff, right? Takes them about 2 weeks,
Mhm.
and they get that done. And it's pretty basic. I mean, it's really basic. And then we go in and we try to put the icing on the cake for them, stuff like that.
Right.
But after even doing all that work, they still fail to work with the client to connect their email address. The first thing Mary and I do go in when we sit down with you after all that's done, so we don't look what they did. We look and see, is your email connected? Are your social media links connected? Is your if you want to be an affiliate, or is direct deposit set up? They don't do any of that. And if nobody told you, like us, how to do that, you try an email. First of all, we wouldn't even let you set up an email campaign.
Wow.
Can't do it without an email address.
Yeah.
And then that you need more than one, right? You need one to send and you need one to reply.
Right.
I mean, they don't teach any of that. and we take you in and we show you how to do all that stuff. And then, and you think they would have some kind of module, like if you wanted to purchase some extra stuff.
Right, for
How
sure.
many people know to go in plans and pricing and where to find that? Unless somebody shows you.
Right, exactly. Which is why I'm on this call every week.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, this is where you sign up for this. This is how you do that, do that, and that, and we try to take you through and get that set up so we can actually get the platform to function for you. I mean, I was on a call with somebody, not my downline or Mary's line, somebody else sponsored him out west someplace. He found out about me somehow. I
Mhm.
got on there. He'd been on the platform for 8 months and nothing had been set up.
Oh my goodness.
So he paid out over $800
Wow.
the last 8 months. And the only person who benefited from that was his sponsor. And he never heard from his sponsor ever again once he was signed up.
Wow. Oh, that's crazy. Well, I actually want to use the AI to write all my processes for my agents. I have a lot of them already written, but I want to do collectively, like literally from start to finish, because we've added so many things. I'm actually going to use the AI to write that handbook.
That's wonderful. I mean, like Richard said, his experience just doing his blogs. I mean, I was reading those blogs and they were great, Richard.
That's awesome.
The key thing, Catherine, to remember is when it has gotten to its character count,
Mm-hmm.
type in the word more, and it
Yes.
will continue generating the same content if you're going from number 10 to number 11. Just type in the word more and it will do the next 10, 15, however many is in that character count.
Awesome.
So don't think you're stuck because you're still in that interaction.
Yeah,
And
two of the words you're going to learn using ChatGPT real quick is one is more, the other one is continue.
What's the difference between more or continue? Just continue the thought process.
I find continue works better with email campaigns than more.
Okay. Well, good. Well, that's good to know. I mean, Steve, you and I worked, and I don't want to hog the call, but you and I tried to work with our, FMO and I wanted them to build the back office well, obviously they didn't do that. So I'm going to do it. And if they want it, they're going to have to pay for it.
There you go.
I'm going to build it and they're going to have to pay for it. So
I mean, there's a perfect example we were talking about earlier. Here's a person who brought it to their company and never set up their account.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And so they're not obviously not going to do it, but I am going to do it for my agency and I'm going to build the agency. My goal is to have 25 new agents by the end of the year, because that's manageable growth, because I'm raising up leaders to train their people. Right. And so I'm going to finish the process. I already started it and finish the process so that they literally can do step 1, 2, step 3 and go from there.
And Richard, I do agree with you. A big part of that is fear of failure. Absolutely. In our culture, and I just never gotten this, it's never registered with me, why people won't ask for help.
Yeah, I don't know that. I'm a why person, and I'm a why. I ask for help, as you know, all the time.
I ask for help all the time too. I mean, I can't understand why. I guess it's because I don't know why. It's in our culture. It just baffles me. And doing that. Okay, we got a few minutes here left. Mary, anybody out there got some questions that they want to ask us about anything? Anything else you want to share? Success stories. Yes, Johnny, go ahead.
On them slides that you showed, Mary, on that website with the words and stuff, are those, does that, like you just mentioned, the continue and the more, is that kind of the words that are on that to give you more guidance for talking to the?
no, when you're typing a blog in, or you've asked for an email chain, or you've asked it to write a operating manual, you're typing more or continue into the Chat GPT, and it's going to continue that list.
Okay,
So let's say, for example, you asked it to write 5 emails, but it only showed you 2 emails. Okay, you write more or continue, it's going to show you the next 2. More or continue again, it'll show you the 5th one.
Now, here's another trick, because unless you start a new chat, it's following a line. So it's building information. So for example, what I did yesterday was I built 4 email messages. And then I said in the chat line, take the previous content and build me 4 direct messages of 300 characters. And it gave me 4 messages. It edited the emails, put them into direct messages. Now I can move those into my message library on the sales flow tool to set up to go in concert with the email drip campaign that they're going to get.
does that 300 count when you put your affiliate links and stuff in there? Like,
No, I usually go in and edit it anyway
okay,
and do that, to make it to get to the total 300. Now you could tell it to do 250 and that'd probably work. But
that's what I did.
I just like the 300 because then I go, well, that's real, because
Yeah.
ChatGPT tends to be a little wordy,
Yeah.
a little over descriptive. So it's kind of easy to edit it. Where you can take, 4 words out, put a 2-letter word in and get the same effect. It's like a first-time reporter in the newspaper business. They write like they're writing a novel. No, you're writing a story. There's a difference. You're gonna, and I can take a 3-column article in about 10 minutes, cut it down to a column and a half, and it'll say the same thing.
Yeah.
And do that. So yeah. I mean, that's and we're learning this by just playing with it, right? Use the previous content. Think of it as having a discussion with another person. You're having a chat. You're just expand on that a little bit more, or put a moral in that story like they show on some of the demos. Yes, Johnny.
The other, well, I don't know when it was. Somebody said that the chats would stay there. Well, I asked the AI, how many chats can you do on there and let those stay? And he said as many as you want. The AI responded back. But then like the next day, the previous chat was gone.
Yeah, that's because you left.
You signed off.
Yeah.
And not, like I said, when I signed back in and showed you the email that I wrote last night, I'm not counting on that being there. Copy and paste it to a Word document. If you're wanting to keep that information, put it over on Word, put it in an email to yourself. If you want to retain that dialogue and that text so that you can copy and paste it and put it wherever you need to.
Well, can't you ask it to retain your chat?
No. There's no memory stored there. And there's a reason for that. Each content is different and you're not going to have the same stored information. Now, when you move over to the website builder, that chat's going to stay on the website. Whatever you've actually checked off and put into the website will stay there. But as long as you're in beta and you're trying to build something up, copy and paste it to a Word document.
I got you. Thank you.
And by the way, I use ChatGPT because I don't speak another language besides English or Texan, and y'all all know that. I used it to create a Spanish sign so I could put it in my kitchenette over here. Okay, so I said, here's what I want in English, here's what I want in Spanish. And it did it. So all I had to do was write it out.
Hey, Mary, I'd like to see, since I'm a Spanish speaker, I'd like to see what that is, to see how good it is.
I'll take a picture of it and send it to you.
Awesome, thank you.
Do they have a, like if we were to market this to people this weekend, because I know it's over after this weekend, they're special. Do they have something? Is it just the stuff that Cheryl did for the February? Because I know this is kind of real new and it just kind of happened. Like, so is there any way we can tell people about that, or do they have anything like a
You
video?
can show them the videos that are on Feb 23 or 2023. which is on our website on the team section under February. You can copy
On-
those videos and
Yeah.
share those on a landing page or in an email. Or Steve and I are going to get together. We've got a couple of calls back to back, but we're going to get together and record one so that you can use a demo for this weekend. And as soon as that gets generated, you'll have it hopefully a couple hours after we finish it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I know you said you were gonna do that. I just didn't know when or whatever, because I,
No, but I just told Steve we're doing it, so he just got told too.
okay,
You're on
awesome.
mute, Steve.
Well, good. Because I do want to share that with a few people that I've been talking to. So,
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna bounce my internet.
Today? All right, Catherine, you can also say, hey, Mary, do a demo for me.
Mhm.
I know Steve's booked, we're both booked today, but if you need a demo done, we can stop what we're doing and do a demo.
well, I know you're full, but so just for future. So poor Steve's probably like, oh my God, what group coming? It is a group coming, Steve. It's my life insurance group that
Okay,
I'm bring over. I'm going to start with my upline and then eventually bring all of them on. There's thousands of them, just so you know. But we won't do them all at one time, but I just wanted to tell you that. But she's very interested and I've been talking to her about it. And we've been talking about how to bring like the whole, just first our team, which is probably, I don't know, 100 people. So I know you're probably like, dear Lord, this girl's killing me. But I'm just telling you, so it may not be this weekend. It may just be her for this weekend, but I want to show her how to use it because we're in a run for the company selling a piece of their company and
Mhm.
like $100 million in equity share that we will get. So there's a run for this
Wow.
in October of next year. So my goal is 100,000 bonus. That's just not the money, but the bonus. So,
Wow.
because it's free money. Basically, when they sell this piece of the company, we will get to keep whatever our percentage is. But it's like pretty considerable. So anyway, all
With-
that to say that
with that
We're,
kind of
we're here
crazy-
for you. We're here for you, Catherine. You know that.
With that
Thank you.
crazy kind of bonus talk,
Yeah.
guess what next week is?
what?
The 15th.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Eyes of
Do it.
March.
Yeah,
Yes.
that too.
Guys, Mark.
So get
This weekend,
on
get
the
that
horn.
bonus added to your commission check because you will be able to withdraw it from the wallet next week. You don't have to wait till next month.
Yeah, Mary, you may want to highlight that. Some of us like have signed up, haven't gotten our bonuses yet. The reason you
Yeah.
haven't got your bonuses because they're setting up the wallet and
Okay.
they're going to disperse those bonuses on the 15th.
So when you log into your account, unfortunately, we don't have a preview of this. When you go in, I just drew a blank. One moment.
Wait, no, when you go into your back in your refer and earn area,
When
there's
you go
going
to
to
your
be- yeah.
dashboard, the dashboard is what I drew a blank on.
Yeah.
When you go into the refer and earn and on the dashboard, you're going to see a new button in the top blue section where you've got your total.
Uh-huh.
That's going to be able to show you your wallet where you can withdraw funds.
So it's going to be like a bank account. You don't have to take it all. You can only take what you need, and you can leave a reserve in there. I mean, you can do what you'd like with it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I have to do that still, and because I still have to do that from last month.
Yep.
And so I'm gonna go in there and do that this weekend and get that done because
Mary, we need to. Do we need to repost that on the page? Did that get wiped out too?
Yep.
Okay, so maybe we can repost that today. I think I have it in my email somewhere.
Okay.
Do that. We can repost that so you guys can get
Oh,
your.
no, that's not on the February page. That's on the January
Oh yeah,
page.
okay, January page. You need to download the form and you need your 3 code words. You know, and if you don't have time to watch the video, call a bird you might know who can give you those 3 words. Okay.
Can I text the bird that I know?
Yeah, just text us and maybe a little birdie will tweet that out.
I did watch, but I didn't I didn't fill out the form. So
Yeah.
I did do, and I have to figure out where I wrote the words. I don't remember, but anyway, it's been that kind of month. So
Yeah.
I may text my friend. So
Yeah.
It's down on the
Right there,
very
it says how
bottom.
much, where it's right there, it says how much.
No, that's how much do you want to
Oh, yeah.
receive out of your check?
Yeah.
Here is the Google training, here's the video, and here's the Google Doc.
okay. Okay. I need to do that like today because
Yep.
I haven't
You have
done
to
that
do
yet.
that to get paid.
And
Yes.
make sure that this email address is the one that you log on to Nowsite with. If you
Yes.
use multiple email addresses and they don't know that that's yours, they're not going to match it up.
And remember, you have to have over $50 in earnings on your level 1 to get paid.
Yes, absolutely. I only do some,
And if you have anything on a level 2, you have to be registered as an affiliate and pay the $4.95.
yeah, I already, as you know, I do that. So
Okay, with
Um,
that, it's our time is up for the day. And again, this has been the AI We Care Team user group meeting for February 10th. Next week is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there. And make sure you take care of those ones you love or are in love with or want to be in love with. Your florists and your chocolatiers will be happy as well as those guys who sell the fine wines. In the restaurants, if you're planning on doing that, taking out those people out to a nice dinner to show how much you love them. We love you out here. Thank you for supporting us and being here today. And again, feel free to look at for those out there in video land. Again, thank you for joining us as well. And salutations to you as well. And again, as you can always find these videos or a library of these videos at aiwecareteam.now.site, our resource page, or you can go to our YouTube channel where we would really like you to subscribe and like us. So when I do upload those videos, you'll get a notice that they're there. And feel free to share those links with anyone who you think would be interested in learning more, or invite a guest next week to come out here if you think they could benefit from Nowsite. Mary, any other last words?
That's all I got. And team, we really do love you. And the other thing is we do care how you market your business.
Yep. So everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
bye, y'all. I forgot we were recording.
See you in a minute, Steve.
Okay, I will. If you want, Richard, you can stay on.
Thank you all.
You're
Sounds
more
good.
than welcome. Do you want to
Bye,
stop the
bye.
recording, Steve?
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm going to stop it. Hold on for a second.